What's going on, YouTube world? This is your guy, Sealz the Man. Thank you for always coming back. I appreciate your support. As y'all know, I created this channel to put my two younger nieces on game so when they become of age, they will understand men a little bit better and they won't have to go through the trials and heartbreak. But they probably still will. Unfortunately, that's life. But maybe I can help lessen it when they do become of age and start doing grown folk things. And in part of learning about men and understanding the mind of men, this topic is super important. And that is, when will a man give his all to you? Like, when is the turning point? Like, what triggers in a mind to say, you know what? I am going all in, all chips in. I want to give my all to this woman. What does it? Well, before we start talking about it, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow me. Make sure you leave a comment and make sure you like it. And tell me what you think, all right? Appreciate y'all. Because when you do those things, YouTube tends to push videos like that that has a lot of feedback to people who need to hear this too. So thank you. So let's get started. So one of the first things I'm gonna talk about that will trigger a man or will be a reason for a man to give his all to a woman is when he needs her and not just wants her. There's a big difference between the two. Like, I want ginger ale because I was raised on ginger ale, and as a black man, ginger ale is somehow part of the black culture. When you are sick, your parents will give you ginger ale because they believe there is some kind of magic in ginger ale. So I've just grown to like the taste of ginger ale, but I want it. I shouldn't be drinking it because it's full of sugar. But what I need is water. That's the real drink I need, because water is nourishment to my body. I cannot live without water. I cannot exist without water because I am made of that. I need that. I need to replenish myself, so I need water. I can't go without it. You see the difference between the two? Like, you can go without a want, but you cannot go without a need. When a man has that need feeling for you and not that want feeling for you, and you start to realize that want is attached to lust. Wants are attached to excitement. Because honestly, most things we need are super boring. And for a lot of us, we don't even want the things that we need, but we're going to get those things because we need them. If you realize, a lot of the feelings and emotions that are attached to wanting are temporary. They almost just serve the purpose of a leaving, quick fix, but they don't seem to last. Because when you get that thing, you don't want it anymore. Or when you get that thing, you find something else. But there is something about that feeling when I need something. That need will never go away because I need that. It's a requirement for me, for my existence. When a man sees you as a requirement, when he sees you as a prerequisite to his happiness, then he needs you. And when a man needs you, he's willing to put all chips in. He's willing to put all resources in to make this work. He's willing to give his all to you because he needs you. You see the difference between the two? The next reason that a man will give you his all is when he sees you as irreplaceable. There is something about a thing that cannot be replaced. Its value is so high, it's tremendously high, and sometimes it's priceless. There can't be a price put on this thing because it is literally irreplaceable. There is nothing in this world that can replace this, whatever it is. When a man has that same feeling, that same vision about you, he knows there is no other woman that can replace you. And just think about it. Most men are in a lot of relationships in their lifetime. That is just what men do. The DNA of a man is to go out, find, seek, and reproduce. So you could just imagine the dates and the relationships, the unspoken relationships that a man has been through. But somehow, some way, he has never come across anyone like you. Any woman like you. You have shown him things, told him things. He has experienced things with you that he has never felt before. You're almost like too good to be true. And sometimes this can mess up a man's head, and you will see men actually break up with a woman like this because he believes it's too true. He will try to find a replacement. He will try to test this goodness that he's feeling from you. He will try to see if it's real if he leaves you. A lot of them will realize that they messed up because they cannot find anyone, any woman like you. When a man realizes you are irreplaceable, that you cannot be substituted for, he will put his all in you. A good man will put his all in you because he recognizes the importance, the value that you are to him. I love sports, and one of the biggest heartbreaks when it comes to sports is when the superstar, the number one player on your team, gets injured and now he's out for the season, and now they put in his backup. Like, his backup is probably good, he's probably decent, but that number one player that got injured was one of the best, if not the best, in the world, in the sport that you're watching. So now you're just watching the games and you're like, oh, I am missing out. We are missing out. Our best player is just irreplaceable. None of his backups can do what he does. You cannot replace the irreplaceable. And when a man recognizes you are the number one teammate, the number one player in his life, he knows there is nothing that can take your spot. He's willing to put his all in. Now, this next thing is interesting, and that is a man will put his all in when the woman is not super independent and not willing to let him help. Now, this may touch a few of y'all nerves. If it is, it's okay. That's why I'm here. A lot of women, maybe some of y'all, do not allow your man to help you because you were raised to be such an independent woman, and that's a beautiful thing. But also, you could have been raised or taught to be a super independent out of the struggle, out of survival. A lot of women become super independent because of the failure of men, the failure of their relationships, and now they feel like they cannot depend on any man. There's many reasons why women become super independent, but when that woman comes into a relationship with a good man, a decent man who is willing to put it all in, but only if you're ready for that, it could be hard for her to not believe it's too good to be true. And this is a real thing in today's relationships, because a woman has been molded into something to help herself because of her past failures, but now that she's in a platform or a place for success with a good man, she doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know how to adapt to that. She doesn't know how to bring her wall down. A man cannot give his all if the door is closed. A man cannot give his all to a woman who is not fully committed. A man cannot give his all to a woman who does not want it. So, saying all that, when a man realizes that a woman is giving him permission to give it all, when she's open to receiving his all, he will be willing to do that for her. But he cannot if she does not give permission, if she does not want it, if she is not ready for it. What does it matter if I want to give my all to you if there's a barrier between us, right? The next one, which is also interesting in a different way, but a man will be ready to give his all to a woman when she is available. Now, the term available has layers to it, because you could be with someone 24 hours out of the day and they still not be available to you. Interesting, right? You could be around someone all day, every day, sun up, sun down, and them still not be available to you. You ever been in a situation like that? Where you feel like you've been with someone, you were in a relationship with someone, and you feel like you still didn't know them? And that is because they are not available. And they are not available to you. And there's many reasons why someone's not available to you. It could be from trauma, not knowing how to communicate, not knowing how to love, never been loved, not trusting someone, many reasons. But a good man will give you his all when you are there to receive it. It's funny how someone can be there physically, but not really there. It's almost like your body is a decoy, but your spirit ain't there. Like the building is there, the store is there, and you know how the stores have the open, close sign on the door? Like, yeah, the store is there, but there's a close sign on the door. Like, it's there, you're there, but you're not available. I can't come in, but you're there, I see you, but you're not free. Especially for me. That rhyme. Y'all know how I like rhymes, right? Yeah. But yes, a man cannot give his all if you are not available. But if you are, free reign. And the last thing I'm going to bring up about a good man who is willing to give his all to you and will decide to give his all to you is when he sees you as his wife and not his bike. Let me say that again. He sees you as his wife, but not his bike. Now, what do I mean by that? What does the Bible say? A man that finds a wife finds a good thing. And that is so true. Everything about a good wife enriches a whole man's life. You can't avoid that. Like, that is the best partnership possible. Someone you could spend your whole rest of your life with. But this woman, she is good for me. That is an amazing feeling, right? And I get to do this with her forever? Oh my goodness. But there are dudes out there who get married, get wives, but they don't treat them as wives. They don't look at them as real wives. They don't share that same essence that's in that scripture with their wife. They more so treat her as his bike. Because what's the thing with bikes? Bikes are fun. Bikes will take you from point A to point B to point C. Bikes are free transportation. You will get where you need to go with a bike. It might be a little harder, but it will take you. You can do wheelies with bikes. You can customize bikes. Bikes are fun. But at the end of the day, you are using a bike. You are utilizing this bike for your gain. That bike is getting nothing out of you. It is an object to you. It is inanimate. It is dead. It is solid cold. It doesn't speak back to you. It doesn't bring life into you. That bike is a tool for you. So why would a person put their all into something knowing that it could be bought, stolen, broken, scratched up, and replaced? None of those things that I just said about the bike can be attached to a wife. Because my wife is for me. She's irreplaceable, like the things I was describing early in this video. I need her. She's available. But you'll see in a lot of these relationships, a lot of these marriages, one person is using their partner as a tool more than a lover. No one is going to put their all into something that they can buy again, or that can be upgraded next year with newer and better features, or that anyone can buy. A real man is going to put his all into something that is, like I said, irreplaceable. Good for him. Great for him. Breathes life into his life. His lover, his confidant, his safe place. A man is going to put his all into something like that. If you are ever in a situation, a relationship, where your man, your partner, is not putting his all into you, don't deny it. It's not lying to you. What you're feeling is not lying to you, because it is evident. All these things that I listened in this video are smack dab in your face. You can't deny it. Whether you're lacking it or you're receiving it, the truth is in your face. But I'm just saying, I hope this helped in understanding the mind of men, real men, decent men, good men, and what triggers them to put their all into you. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you on my next one. Peace and blessings. Good night.